Hello, hello. Bills, rent, mortgage, insurance, taxes, marriage, debt, unemployment, bankruptcy, divorce, welfare, jail. Why does being an adult have to come with so much bullshit? The first 6 things I just listed are like the cost to live in modern society, the minimum prices you have to pay and abide by to legally enjoy the delicious fruit that is the safety and comfort provided by our government and local communities. The last 6 things I listed are the consequences if you fail to pay for the first 6 things. Didn't pay your bills? You collect debt, which leads to bankruptcy and jail. No insurance? Looks like you'll be paying that entire medical bill all by yourself. And some states in America still require you to pay a penalty fee if you don't have health coverage for the full tax year. Thanks, Obama! So to avoid a life of misery and lonely anguish, follow me as I go through the basics of how to manage these costs of society. First, we'll start off easy. Bills. You need a thing, you exchange money, the thing is yours. Simple, I like it. But what if you don't have money? Can you offer other forms of payment? Maybe. But unless you live in a society that uses the barter system or you're at Burning Man, no. You need a little thing called money. So where do you get the money? Most people get jobs, and the basic requirement for most jobs is a high school diploma. Didn't finish high school? Get a GED. Don't want to get a GED? Maybe you can find a job, but most likely you're looking at unemployment or welfare. But you can't rely on those forever, and the payments are quite shit. So I guess you're back to looking for a job, which honestly can be anything. It doesn't even have to be a job that already exists. If you have an idea for something that can help the world in any way, even something that satisfies just a very specific niche, you can find a way into making it a paying job for yourself. Once you start getting money for your job, all 6 things you need to be a well-oiled adult in society become a lot easier to pay for. After you hold down a decent paying job, now you have money to pay for your bills and basic supplies. Yes, made it. Next, rent and mortgage. These are perhaps the biggest bills you may ever have to pay in your life. Where are you going to live? In a house? An apartment? A car? Those all cost the biggest of bucks. Payments that you'll be making for pretty much your whole life. Rent is when you pay someone to use something that they own. In most cases, it's property like a house or an apartment. And also in most cases, you need to pass a background check to get approval to rent from the landlord, and you may need to sign a lease for a predetermined length of time, like 12 months, which is like kind of the standard for most first-time renters. And then after the 12-month lease, you can move out or choose to continue renting on a month-to-month basis, which means that if you decide to leave, you only need to give your landlord 30 days notice. A mortgage is a whole other turd. I've never had one, so just know that everything I'm about to say is very elementary and coming from Google. A mortgage is a loan used to purchase or maintain a home, land, or other types of real estate secured by the property itself. In my own dumbass words, when you want to buy a house, unless you're filthy rich, you need to borrow the money, usually from a bank, because they have all the money. So, over a length of time that's decided by you and the bank, like 30 years, you gradually pay off the loan plus interest. Once the loan is paid off, the house is yours. But if you don't pay off that loan, the bank takes the house, and now you're homeless. That's all I have to say about that because I don't have a mortgage and it'll probably be a long time before I decide to get one, if ever. But if you do want to learn more about mortgages, I can't help you at this point in time. Up next, we have insurance. You can have an insurance plan for anything and everything, all of the time. Especially for anything expensive you own or rent, it's generally a good idea to have it covered because should it get damaged, the insurance company will help you pay for part or even all of the damages, plus the cost of replacement. Here again is when having a job helps you out. Most companies will provide you with a medical health insurance plan, and other companies may also offer dental, vision, life, accidental death, and even pet insurance. So yes, even your furry or scaly or amphibious children can be covered should they have any health issues. If you can't afford the vet, don't get the pet. But insurance will help you cover those costs. If you have a car, in most places you're required to have auto insurance. And if you rent or own a house, it's optional, but you'll probably want to have renters or homeowners insurance to protect your home and everything in it. And now for something we all love to hate, taxes. Yes, the annual fee you pay to your government for being a productive, law-abiding, contributing member of society. According to Google, it's a compulsory contribution to state revenue levied by the government on workers' income and business profits. Or added to the cost of some goods, services, and transactions. I've been filing taxes for 7 years now, and I still don't fully understand it. I mean, I get it. I know what it is. I know what it's for. But do I really need to go through the rigmarole every year of filing my taxes? Taxes already get taken out of my paycheck. I pay them when I buy stuff. And the IRS already knows, before I do, how much I owe every year. Do they just want me to know how much I owe? Because it just seems like an extra step. Just take what I owe so I can drive on a well-paved road on my way to work and give me a refund if I have one. 100% of my income comes from one employer right now, so the IRS already knows everything. But if you have multiple sources of income that the IRS doesn't know about, or if you want to report expenses that may lower your tax debt, sure, it makes sense to file your taxes. I get it. Maybe my opinion will change on this later, but right now I'm a basic bitch with one income source. And now for the last thing on my list. Marriage. Unlike the other 5 things I talked about, marriage is totally optional. The government isn't going to penalize you for being single. I'm not married, never have been. All I know about it is that it gives you tax advantages, it could lead to a long and dramatic divorce, and for a long time in history, gay and interracial couples weren't allowed to have it. For some, marriage is a life goal, assuming it's with someone you want to be with for a long time. But other people will go their whole lives without ever wanting to get married. For me, I don't know. Even if I'm with the right person, I think I would still have the fear that if things went south, it wouldn't be easy to leave the relationship. After marriage, breaking up involves lawyers and contracts, and it's often drawn out for a long time. And if children are involved, you have to think about things like child custody, child support payments, and the emotional and mental toll divorce will have on your children. I don't know if I'm ready for that. And so on that note, that's all I have for you today. I'm not an expert on finance or any of these things that I just talked about. I'm just an internet bot that has a personal interest in learning about how money works and how to be good with it. One of my greatest fears is running out of money and not being able to cover my bills, rent, insurance, or taxes. And then I'd never be able to afford a mortgage to buy a house, and I'd probably wouldn't have enough money to get married, let alone divorced. Assuming I want that, of course. In conclusion, you need money for everything. It may not buy happiness, but it does buy food and shelter, the 2 basic things you need to live, and I guess we need to live. If you don't have money or enough of it, being an adult becomes a lot harder. So find a way to earn money, save as much of it as you can, pay your bills, your rent, your mortgage, and your taxes, always on time. Otherwise, you have these scary things to look forward to. That's it, that's the end. Thanks for watching, and click the little icons below if you want more of this. All right, bye. Bye.